Well, it looks like Spin Master is putting out toys faster than I can buy them. It's only been a couple weeks since I reviewed most of the, or I think all of the Wave 1 chases for G3, but I went to Walmart recently and apparently they're already stocking Wave 2, which is concerning because my wallet is begging for mercy. So I'm not sure if my Walmart just had like a little fluke or maybe they are being released in multiple places. I have heard that other people have been finding them, but either way, I'm going to be reviewing the only one I found so far. And when I do find the rest of the chases, I'm probably going to break up the uploads a little bit more than before because I was just kind of trying to put out as many as I could in a short amount of time. But I don't think I'm going to be doing that for the Wave 2 and beyond. And I also got the Nillious core, which isn't as exciting as some Wave 2 products, but trust me, you'll see why I brought this with me today. We'll crack into the battle pack first, so let's just get into it. Jesus. Alright, let's get into these cards. I still don't know what they mean. I know they released a video telling you how to actually play the game. However, I haven't watched it because I have no interest playing the game. Especially because I've talked about it before, but you need the arena to actually play the game. And that's just not something I will support. Because I believe that my toys should work when I buy them, not with another accessory that I don't want. But that's just my opinion. Star flails and blaze swords. I think this is the same one that came with the Dragonoid Diamond pack. So very cool. Then here's these things again. I don't know what these do. I think these are actually the same cards as well. I recognize all of these. So it doesn't look like there's much variety there. But maybe with these gate cards there are. Not exactly sure. There's nothing really unique about these gate cards, at least from my perspective. I can't really tell the difference between them and the other ones. And there's your Roblox code. I'm not sure if all those are the same or not. They kind of seem like they are. Okay, hold the phone. We have a set list. Oh, can't really fit this on camera. There we go. I don't think. Yeah, this definitely did not come with the other one. I would have immediately recognized it if it did. Here's a set list though. Comes shows all the ones I'm guessing for year one, or maybe just like wave 1 and 2. Not entirely sure. I feel like it's just the entire year though, because there's a good amount of these molds that we haven't really saw yet. And we could also see that there are some rarities down there. So there's Diamond Bakugan at the bottom, Galactic Bakugan, which I guess is the special treatment of the Nillious. I didn't really know what it was called. And then Infinity Bakugan. Maybe it'll be like a Prisma deal. I hope not, because that caused a lot of hoopla. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the most Dragonoid molds we've had for a single year, because there's 5 different kinds of molds. There's the 2 regular cores and 2 of the special attacks, which is just ridiculous. I know we love Dragonoid. Well, at least Spin Master thinks we love Dragonoid, but dear God. Oh yeah, I came with this card holder thing. This one actually is pretty nice. I like the blue on this ripcord part, and the white's nice. I do like this. Looks like a nice accessory if I were to play the game, which I do not. Then we'll go into the actual toys. So we'll start off with let's start off with this one because I know what this one is. This is Hammerhead. Yeah, it's Hammerhead. I'm pretty sure I already have. Yeah, I have the red one. Uh, and nothing remarkable about this mold specifically. Is it focusing on? There we go. It's the green one though. It looks fine until you put out the feet, and then you realize there's nothing fine about this. This is bad because, like I said before, it causes it to not be able to stand on the gate card anymore. The legs just completely block it. But I guess they could sit on the gate card for whatever reason. They just can't touch it. If they just let the feet extend a little bit more, it would have worked out. But nah, guess not. And then we'll get into some molds that I haven't seen yet. This is the Ventry. That's how it looks just from going on the magnet. But I'm pretty sure these 2 on the side are manual pieces. Unless, yeah, these are manual pieces. Give me a second. So there it is. It's unfolded now. The manual parts are out, and it looks all right. I do like the silver on these tips here, and I like that this bottom half isn't just either completely nothing or just fat legs that don't work. You can actually see on the Ventry mold that the feet are right there, like the talons are right in the middle. It actually is connected to the top half, which will probably look weird if you put it on the Bakugan with feet, but I don't mind it. I don't really like the yellow though. It does remind me of Legacy Darkest, like the year one Legacy Darkest and stuff. But I wasn't always a fan of the yellow and the darkest colors. But I guess they're bringing it back, which is fine. Then another new mold. This is Butterclaw. Kind of similar opening to Octagon, where it just kind of like has one half flapping forward, one half flapping back, and it's a crab. It's hard to tell though. You could almost tell, if you look at it this way, you could tell it's kind of a crab. It's like a really realistic crab. I don't know how to feel about that one. There it is with the legs unfolded. The legs are really hard to pull back, especially these ones on the back. Yeah, there it is unfolded. I do like the bottom half. It's pretty unique. The top half, I'm not sure how I feel about it, just because the Bakugan's actually facing like from the side here. Which I mean, I guess they had to do it to make it make sense, but I'm not sure. I do appreciate that they're making it less symmetrical because I always appreciate Bakugan that don't have completely symmetrical models. So I do appreciate that. I just feel like if you combine the top half with any other bottom half, it's just not going to look right. Case in point, right here. It's just a little silly, I guess. Um, I guess it's just difficult when you want to have with a wide variety of different kinds of like animals and beasts and stuff. So it's not always going to look good, which I didn't expect them all to look good. But yeah, this one's not really my favorite top half, but the bottom half I can appreciate. However, I will say this is kind of fun. Just making Hammerhead a little bit of a crab abomination. Now this is fun. This is stuff I like. So I can't fault the top half too much. I know that was pretty difficult, but this bottom half I do enjoy. I don't think I showed him close. So here's Butterclaw. Looks really bare on the top right here. I will say I'm not sure how I like the top. I just don't think the top hat's very good for Butterclaw. But Hammerhead, there he is. Looks pretty normal. Nothing too remarkable there either. Now we'll get into the good shit, the special attacks. I'll show off how this one looks closed. This is Octagon as a special attack. Again, with the yellow bottom, looks like garbage. Just really wish they would change that, but you know, is what it is. I feel like I have seen this ring before. Not sure. Honestly, it's just kind of a blur. I will say it's like really like loose. The flaps are pretty loose. Like I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like it's gonna open at any moment. Oh, and there it goes. Literally can't make that shit up. Here, see if you could hear the looseness. Just like it's just all the flaps it has. So, it's not that big of a deal. You know, there's a lot of Bakugan that are like that. Like the Dragonoid core from Geogon Rising is like that sometimes. It's not a bad thing. It's just sometimes it makes me a bit worried about the durability of them. So yeah, you can see each of the tentacles, some of the front, some on the sides, some on the back, and this one overlapping all of them, the latch on it. The head is pretty similar. I'm pretty sure it's actually like the exact same, except he has like a little dent there. He has like, you know, those dents that some gamers get when they have a headset on for too long. It's like one of those. Actually, I could see why they needed to do that. It's like it's so this part could rest over it. The bottom half is nothing special like I expected. It's just this similar bottom halves. All the other ones just has a couple little nubs sticking out, and then like a couple manual feet back here that no one really cares about. Yeah, the bottom halves are pretty bland. It makes me wonder why they even included the bind mechanic with the special attacks if they're not going to do anything cool with it. But you know, is what it is. I feel like they should have separated a bit, even though the customizability is pretty cool. It just doesn't work sometimes, or all the time actually, because none of the special attacks are very cool on the bottom halves at the very least. The top halves are cool, which makes up for some of the cores not being as cool. Like for instance, Hammerhead, his top half isn't that cool, but the special attack version is much better. So if you wanted to, you could take off the top half of the special attack, put on the bottom half, but then you just kind of have two very boring bottom halves that you don't really know what to do with. Overall, I feel like they should have introduced these two gimmicks at different times. I feel like they would have been able to better they would have been able to better each parts. Like the special attacks would have had more opportunity to make cooler bottom halves or like just be a cooler gimmick in general, but they had the bind gimmick that limited it, and then the same thing with the bind gimmick, they had the special attacks that limited that. But anyway, before we roll Octagon, let's look at the diamond, which is Bruiser in the red variant, which is odd because I thought he was going to be the brown ones, like the Subterra ones. The bottom half here, hold on. The bottom half here is actually pretty unique. I haven't seen this kind of bottom half yet. Just sucks that it's a piss yellow again, just like the ring. I have seen this model already, but as a diamond, it looks pretty cool. The horn, I think the red horns were a nice touch. I think that's pretty cool. But like the other diamonds, I feel like it is lacking a little bit of paint in some areas, but I guess they got them where it's important. So yeah, I think both the ring and the bottom half of this is something I haven't seen before, which is cool. I'm glad that I'm not getting the same ring and same bottom half every single time. Still nothing too cool, but I do think this one's probably one of the best bottom halves that I've seen. And the ring, I don't really care about. It's just bulky and weird. Oh, one last thing before we spin. Let's actually just quickly crack open this Nillious core. Alright, let's quickly go over the card. Here is the top half, the character card thingy. There's the gate card. I feel like I've seen this one before. It doesn't really matter. And there's the Roblox code. Still, no one has given me a comment on what they actually get from these. Just please tell me. I'm really curious. And here's the Nillious. Pretty cool design. I've seen this model before, but it is one of my favorite cores. I have it in Aquos, which I like very much. And yeah, I do like the wings on the bottom half. The top half is very reminiscent of a Legacy design. I think that's what they are trying to do with a lot of the cores is make it similar to Legacies, which I do appreciate. I do think that's pretty cool. This one is especially hitting pretty close to home. Like it gets some pretty heavy Percival vibes with the yellow on the wings and stuff. This one's pretty cool. And the reason why I wanted to review this Nillious now is because I wanted to see how it looked with the Ventry. Here's the bottom half, the Ventry combined with the top half of Nillious. This one doesn't look that great. I'm not a big fan of these bottom halves already for the Ventry. However, this one's a pretty banger. I don't mind this one at all. It looks a little goofy in a kind of ways because see the Nillious has just tiny little feet on the bottom half there. But if you look at it from far away, they're like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's pretty tall, and from the side view, you could kind of see like the feet. You're just like, oh, okay. So like two top wings and two on the bottom. That's pretty cool. So yeah, pretty solid. I just want to do it for that. Just pretty quick review. Nothing too special there. However, we will be getting into rolling these two special attacks now. Oh yeah, I came with the blue ripcord, the battle pack thing. Okay, so weirdly enough, I don't think I've tried doing this yet on the channel, so I'm gonna be putting both these special attacks against each other just to see what happens. All right, let it rip. Or not, or just shy into a corner and do nothing. Take two. Wow, wasn't that fun? Maybe one of these days I'll get one of the Beyblade arenas I have and just see what happens with the Bakugan, because clearly the walls are hindering these special attacks' ability to spin. Okay, I've noticed a sort of problem with the octagon bottom half here. For some reason, when I spin, it feels like the ring in the middle just sort of like wobbles around and like it's not packedly tight in there. I don't know if you can tell what I'm talking about, but I'll try to demonstrate it. All right, you saw that, yeah? Where it like kind of wobbled back and forth, like it was just about to top over. Actually, I found the problem. Okay, here it is. It's so slight that you probably won't see it, but the little nub on the bottom is actually a little bit loose, so that it just kind of is able to go up and down instead of the normal ones. Actually, I've noticed that with this one too. It also is sort of like that. Maybe it's just how these two are. I just smacked you. Sorry about that one. I'm gonna go grab another one and see if it's similar. Okay, so I grabbed a different one, and it is sort of loose, but not nearly as much as this one. Like this one, like it almost goes all the way in there. This one too. I don't want to say that's intentional because it makes the spinning very weird and just disorganized. So I want to say that this is just sort of an error in the manufacturing, which isn't uncommon with Spin Master. They're not always perfect with it. However, it could be on purpose because I know they are trying to differentiate these a little bit, just so there's some different uh, like elements to it. Okay, you can see it clear as day right there. But if it is on purpose, I don't think it was a good idea because it makes it impossible for it to spin for very long at all. Like that's how it spins with the little wobbly. And now I will show how it is without the wobbly. See, it's not spinning for much longer, but it is spinning a lot smoother. That is a definite factor. Yeah, you can also see it happens with that as well, but it's a little bit smoother. It's really odd. I haven't seen any other special attack yet, but it's weird how two are like this in the same packaging. So maybe like the special attacks wave 2 aren't as firm or not as well made. Not entirely sure. I guess I'll have to see how other people are experiencing it and how some others that I receive are also doing. But hopefully it's just a little small error in my end, and I don't know, maybe I broke it, which I don't think I did, but who knows. And hopefully the rest of the special attacks aren't this way, because I don't really enjoy them. If you want to make them spin, then make them spin real good, you know? But that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed, then consider subscribing, and look out for the next Wave 2 openings that I do. I'm going to be looking out for the rest of the chases. I know there is actually, funnily enough, there's going to be a diamond version of this core Nillious. So that'll be cool. I do like this mold, so I'm a little bit excited for that. I'm not sure what the other rares are, but I will review them once I find them. And to end this episode, let's end it with a picture of a funny crab.